Nowadays, there are a lot of steps, even in solo dances, which I do most, that are very similar to each other. Okay, you see some new steps they say that it's from Afro house, but you can find it in hip hop. Okay, you can find it in house because Afro house has some inspiration, some influence of house. Also, the main foundation in Afro house is from traditional African dances. Okay.
Oh. I was quite.
Let me continue. So the name Afro House this Afro stands for the African dances, and the house doesn't stand for the dance, not the the house dance, but the music. So it's like the American house mixed with the African sound music, and then. Some people, most of them in Angola, because Afro House in South Africa is just a music style, okay? They don't have a dance called Afro House, so they dance to Afro House different dances. In Angola, Afro House, in sometimes Pansula has its music sometimes. In Angola, Afro House stands for music and dance, okay? I think we are the one who created the most of the dance steps, but these dance steps are not always very original from Angola. We also like to take a little bit from here, from Congo. Okay, in Kuduro we have learned a lot from Congolese people. Okay, so we know how to steal from the other people. So it's not like we are. Innocent. We create everything, closed in one room and create original things. No, we put many things together, and what we do is to Angolanize things. Okay, so the difference is on the groove, the feeling. This is the thing, on my opinion, that differs every dance from each other. Okay, so if you are going to dance kizomba with the tango groove or hip hop groove, it won't really look like kizomba. There is nothing like, you can't say that there is one teacher who dances best kizomba. Maybe in your opinion, your personal opinion, but worldwide in general, you can't say that this is the formula, this is how you should dance.
It's
no, in Angola, everyone has his own style. Why? Because African dances is not about counting everything. You can't count the groove. You can't count the feeling. You just feel it.
By mathematical expression.
So everyone in Angola is just like you. Okay, you are not equal. Okay, there are some people with hot temperament. Okay, so if you have hot temperament, then samba you're gonna do really very very I like samba. Impressive. So, with a lot of power. But if you are a bit shy, if you are a person that, doesn't really like to show off too much, like Jamba, then you will keep it more to yourself, but you will enjoy. So samba is a traditional dance, very traditional, and people have kind of big respect for this dance, and it's about enjoying. It's about being yourself. Kizomba is more something. I heard that Kizomba was created because people wanted to, like, young people want to have a kind of dance to, like, to be more close, to be a little bit slower than samba. Okay, that's why we say that samba has kizomba has influence from samba also, not only from samba. So the young people wanted to have a kind of dance more like slowly and to enjoy themselves together. But in kizomba you still can be creative. People are creative every day in kizomba. Wait, I know what you're talking about. I agree with you. I agree with you. Okay, you have to know that. What I'm saying is that the groove, if you create something, if you put something new and you don't have the groove and you don't understand the music, there is not a formula also to say that, he's not feeling the music, because sometimes you can dance to the vocal, sometimes you can just pick one thing, the boom, boom. Sometimes you can dance to other things. You just pick one thing in the music and you dance to it, okay? But if you don't have that specific groove, I don't know how to explain this groove, then it's hard to call kizomba. If you are dancing if you are dancing kizomba, the steps, if you pick the steps of kizomba, dancing to kizomba music, but with salsa flow, come on. If you dance salsa, if you have some idea of salsa, you will see a person that has the salsa energy. I see people in my classes of kuduro, and I can tell you dance salsa in bachata because of the hips going, getting crazy. So the groove, people, you can be creative. You can create your kizomba, you can add steps, but you have to understand the groove. You have to know that this is the basic to start any other kind of dance. It's not just kizomba and samba, tango, whatever you want to learn. That's it. Thank you, guys.
Can I just say?
People forget the concept of party. Party, it's not a CrossFit training. It's not supposed to dance all songs. It's not supposed to dance all songs of a night. You should have music that you like, music that you don't like. You should have time to drink. You should have time to speak with your friends. Okay? So this is the thing that makes part of a party. So for me, and as organizer of festival, we decided to create a festival with just one room. People that like that go to our festival, but there are people that just want to listen to a specific kind of music all night. So there are offers for them for that. Okay? So we as artists nowadays, we also can select. Thank God, salsa. So if there are a kind of festival that don't have the feeling that I want to be part of, I'd simply reject that work.
What I have to do with my body, with my leg, with my head, with my hand, then how am I supposed to know? So people, you have to know one thing. We are the party to party. We are there to enjoy, not to judge people, not to think too much about the differences. We are there to dance. So first, you have to understand your body. Understand your body first before you lead. Because sometimes I dance with guys, and they are like, oh, you don't know this. No. What did you want to show me? Because I didn't feel nothing. I didn't sense anything. Am I supposed to turn? Am I supposed to just, lie down? You think too much sometimes, So enjoy. Calm down and enjoy.
Otherwise you will not sleep in the night.
Kizzafro.
Kiss?
Kizzafro. Maybe the discussion should be, are we talk about kizomba as a dance, or are we talk about kizomba as a culture? Because if we're talking A or B, then we can see what direction and what contribution we can give to satisfy everybody and to have a very productive discussion. But I think one of the big problems is a lot of people don't want to connect with the cultures which bring these beautiful dances that we enjoy, and they just want to take the dance. That's where the problem starts.
Well, for the Angolans that are very...
Wait a minute, everybody sit down.
It hurts them,
So, believe me, it will be always a very, very sensitive topic for somebody who is attached to a culture that somehow start to be commercialized, when those who are consuming don't have interest to the culture and just have interest to the business side.
It's not business side. Just you have to accept that nowadays some people they like what
Can you clap for me, please?
Business.
Excuse me.
Kuduro
No.
is my business.
Excuse me.
It's your business. Come on.
I let you finish.
You
but-
earn money for that. It's
I will.
business.
Yeah.
It's your work. Don't be
Let's
ashamed of
finish
that.
after. I will explain you when I
Emma,
start.
would you be nice
No,
to-
Yeah,
yeah.
finish. Bro.
Finish,
Sorry.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Finish, bro.
I do have a bachelor in art besides dancing.
Okay.
No, it's important because I'm trying to help.
I
And
don't.
everybody's getting personal. Exactly, this is the point.
No, we are not.
Yeah?
just
No, I'm
because
just
you
saying.
mix- you
I'm
mix.
just saying.
No,
So,
he's
I'm
not.
just saying. I was
It's
trying to
his
just
opinion.
to kind of give something that I believe is what we're always avoiding. we are always avoiding to connect to the culture. And when we are trying to connect with the culture, we start to take personally because we don't have interest in the culture side. So then it's easy, like Ricardo say, there will be offers. And you need to be mature enough to accept what is your own
Idea,
motivation,
intention, aim.
what is your own vision. And then when you are clear with yourself,
Then
you will
yeah.
not have reasons to fussy, to get crazy, and to take personal
But
because
when
you
you
are
are
clear
confused, then it's
with
difficult.
yourself. Thank you very much.
You know, these traditional original dances without any feeling, without any idea of the history, of the music, of the body movement. And I just feel like, yeah, that's my style, you know, I'm gonna call it something. Just, you know, okay, you can call it something, but call it something new. Or if it really has some influence from, a big influence from this original dance from yours, traditional dance, then okay, you can combine something, but you just need to remember that this is the way you approach Kizomba and Samba is not the same way we approach. You know, to us, it's a culture. For some of you, of course, I believe that most of you respect that fact, and you really love it. You love to dance, and this is the most important.
I try to stop her, and I cannot move with her. So I'm a dancer, a social dancer. I adapt. I do other kind of movements that I can connect with
I
her.
don't dance like this. I'm sorry.
because of
I don't do that. No, like, because it's safety.
Once
I
again,
do that, but I
once
don't do
again, I can do with her. And there are girls that do the hip up, but don't disturb my connection. The thing is that ladies that by, I don't know, ignorance or visualization and bad understanding start doing other things that cannot connect.
Brother, write it down.
So, this is another thing. Just to pick up the point that she was speaking about, because there was no subject for this. This was just a conversation. I just have a
okay.
personal ask. Don't call traditional Kizomba.
Yes, thank you.
Don't exist.
Amen.
Kizomba.
This
But
just
just
don't
let me explain
exist.
why. Let me explain
Doesn't
why.
exist.
Kizomba, when appeared on the 80s, was the urban kids of that time.
Yeah.
Because new production, and tomorrow you can listen that on the first person by Mr. Eduardo Pain.
Yes.
He started creating something with high influence of samba, but with other influences. And the older ones were saying, oh, young kid, this that you are doing, it's not samba. So you need to arrange another name.
He was
And they-
criticized also.
They call it Kizomba. So in somehow, samba we can call it traditional. And even inside of samba, you have samba modern and you have samba traditional.
Of course, yeah.
The ones that are played only with drums
Yes.
are not danced in couple. This is traditional music.
It's like this.
Okay?
And all the
Kizomba
things.
don't exist traditional Kizomba because Kizomba is already a fusion. Okay? So maybe you can call it Kizomba, Ghetto Zouk, whatever. And nowadays Kizomba is like a label, like salsa. Inside of salsa music, and sometimes the conversations get confused because we mix dance with music. And we need to distinguish when we
Yeah,
are
we
speaking
need to
about
add
music
this,
and when
yeah.
we are speaking about dance. Salsa music, in somehow, the older says that don't exist salsa. You have guaguancó as music, you have guaguancó, guaracha, mambo, son, guajira. But you call it salsa because there was a guy that remembered to create a label called Fania All Stars that make this possible to be easier the communication and call salsa to everything. Inside Kizomba, you have the Kola Zouk, you have the Ghetto Zouk, you have the Kizomba from Angolan, you have the Zouk, including that people from the French Caribbean call it Kizomba. And nowadays, I don't think that that is wrong because it's inside the big package, like Tocosta says, the Kizomba umbrella. You have the Kizomba here and then you have different names.
Under the umbrella,
This
yeah.
speaking about
That's
music. This is speaking about music. Regarding dance, even the Angola, the traditionalists, they dance passada. They didn't dance samba
Exactly.
or kizomba. Passada.
To dance
To all
to
styles
old
of
man.
music.
Yeah, to dance
To
old
son,
man.
Latin American music, they call it plena music because of the label. And they dance passada to it. So, in somehow, it's here a big confusion
Fusion.
because of ignorance,
Yeah.
of course. As some people don't know, they just invent something to don't be shut up. Okay? This is a big problem. And another problem, we are speaking about Africa. The way of sharing the communication, it's by the generation. There are no books.
Yes,
Don't lose the point. Keep going, keep going, keep
there are
going.
no books. Yeah.
Nowadays, thank God, there are people doing this work of documenting, listening the old people by video and creating a book for that.
Yes, yes.
In ballroom, you can say that this is right and this is wrong because you have books saying the proper movement of the small finger. In Kizomba world, everything is valid. Even what they do very creatively, we can call it Kizomba. But
No, it's Urban Kiss.
No,
it's not because of the movement. It's not because of the movement. I can do some of the steps that they do in a Kizomba feeling.
Oh, yeah.
What I see the difference between
Groove.
Kizomba and Urban Keys, it's the connection. First of all, you said one, straight lines. Straight lines is something that you see visually in the Urban Keys dance.
Yes.
But it's
The
something that-
connection in Kizomba, I see it like this. In Urban Keys, I see it like this.
Yeah.
You have connection, but the connection is outside.
And in Kizomba, you lead with the right hand, we lead with the left hand almost.
So there are some changes on the leading and on the
I
connection.
learned a lot about Urban Kiss today.
You see, we learn every day.
I have a class.
But this is the thing. This is the thing. And don't take me wrong in what I'm saying. This is one of the reasons also that Urban Keys is getting so famous. Although it's very technical, it's easier to learn because it's easier to teach. You have
Everything is counted.
once again,
Everything is counted.
once again, this is my opinion. You do whatever you want with her, okay? But I will share it. My opinion, Urban Keys, it's easier to learn. If you practice, you will do it. In Kizomba, it's not so much
Amen.
because it's about the movement. Something that
lot of
it's
movement.
difficult to explain how to do this.
You just can't explain.
It's
this.
difficult to explain how to do this. Okay? While in
By the way,
Kizomba,
what you do, yeah, the way you move like is Kizomba, but even there is way explain that we move Urban Keys is more in this way. You move like more
precisely, but you are not getting my point. I'm not
It's
telling
not-
that Urban Keys
yes,
it's a easy
it's
dance.
yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying like in
It's
LA
easier.
style salsa. So let's speak about salsa because that way you don't get hard feeling. Salsa, Cuban style and LA style. LA, it's easier to learn because it's sharp lines, straight lines. You dance in line all the time. Cuban, you need to bring sabor, and this is fucking difficult
Yeah, I
to
From the
learn.
Afro-Cuban.
Okay, so
feeling.
for Europeans, I'm struggling a lot to learn Afro House and Kuduro.
Why?
I'm doing lessons.
Why?
Because everything for me it's up here. Even in Kizomba, I have the feeling, but when I want to do, I look to the mirror, I look like a monkey. But to get
Oh,
this
you
feeling,
see the diff-
but what the fuck? I need to train a lot.
No, wait, Jamba, he's talking about. Just one point, I'm sorry. Just to confirm, it goes back to what Jamba was saying with culture. When this is one thing I said even with the ladies. She's Angolan. No matter how much I do, now I know I can dance. I think I dance very well. But there's a different energy, even as me, who's black. I'm not from Angola. It's a culture thing. Do you understand?
Culture.
So it goes back to that
I will
of what
never
you're
And just to
saying.
close my
Sorry.
speech,
Sorry.
just to close my speech.
Never.
No.
Just to close my speech, just to close, and we need to go away. And also, we the ones that love the culture, I speak we because it's not my culture, but I study the culture. I understand because I study, because I have interest. But I need to respect the ones that don't have any interest by the culture and just like the dance and what is associated to the dance. I need to respect that. I need to learn that. And I cannot point the fingers to those that just want to learn one move to go to the party and forget the stress of the day from his work and
Yes,
have
of
fun.
course. Yeah.
Okay? So there are the ones that will study the culture and will try to influence people in that way. So when we teach, when I see a lot of the teachers here teaching, they try to influence people by their own taste. And there are others that don't give a shit for that, and that's okay. And people need to learn how to respect the others. And here, we as all instructors, we need to deal with our own ego, because this is
Yes,
the biggest problem.
don't take personal. This is the problem. This
So,
is the problem here.
Just
in
to
general.
finish, find your path. Understand what makes you happy. At the end of the day, you need to be happy. You can learn
With
more about the
yourself,
culture.
yeah.
You can learn more about the movement. You can learn more about the technique, as far as you are happy and you respect the others. Because this is another thing that is
Don't-
important.
don't think
when
you're the
when
best.
I see Paula, sometimes she suffer a lot because she don't like a lot of things that are made in the Urban Kids for the ladies. It's a personal thing. And some guys force or try to force her to do it. So this is something that we need to learn how to respect the other.
Yes, to be
If there are
open.
some things that we understand, because you understand by the face, by the tension, by the expression of the body, that the person in front of you don't want to do that, don't force. Okay? So Paula danced with Anna, Paula danced with Moon, with Curtis, with all, with
I
Jojo.
didn't dance with Jojo yet.
So tonight we will dance. But just to tell you that she danced with these guys that are more known,
And I like.
and she liked it because they respect her.